For over 10 years, he was the man Michael Jackson called when he came to the UK.
He was just such a gentle man, you know. He was never built for superstardom as far as I was concerned. I've met a lot of celebrities who are and they're very hard and strong, where Michael was very delicate and sensitive and caring, too caring.
Martial arts expert Matt Fiddes was his bodyguard and confidant.
I would like to think that, you know, he saw me more as a friend than a bodyguard. You know, the normal security were outside the bedroom door, whereas I was inside the suite. I had a room adjoining to his suite.
But despite this closeness, neither Matt nor his friend Uri Geller were able to stop the singer's use of prescription drugs.
We had a visit planned where Michael wanted to go to London Zoo and see the gorillas and the chimpanzees and things, and we were both shaking him, trying to wake him up, and it was clear that he had taken something, you know. But that morning, and he was hard to wake, and we were extremely concerned. And I can remember it clearly now. Michael was there, and Uri was shaking. Michael, have you taken something? And he would come around and just say it was jet lag, and that's all it was. And we never made it to that London Zoo visit. We couldn't get him in a state that would you know, portray him in a good light.
Did you ever actually see him taking drugs?
No, I never witnessed him actually taking it, but I knew they were there, and I confiscated packages, and Uri did too. I mean, Uri confiscated you know, injection equipment from his room, and wished it away, and Uri would scream at Michael, you know, intensely to stop doing this, but we just were getting pushed out.
Let's be clear, what kind of drugs are we talking about? Michael
Jackson was not a druggie. There was no cocaine or anything crazy like that. It was prescription medication and painkillers. It got to the stage where Uri was so concerned that we were going to lose Michael that he would sleep on the suite floor in my part of the hotel suite if we had a public event the next day, to make sure that he would be coherent and able to fulfill his commitments, you know.
So basically keeping the doctors away?
Yeah, we went to great efforts to keep the doctors away. But as soon as we said anything and it got back to Michael would have a screaming fit that we were interfering with his private life. He knew what he was doing, and he was in denial.
How much responsibility do you think that the doctors he surrounded himself with have for his death?
As far as I'm concerned, that they have Michael's blood on their hands, and they know what they've done. When that autopsy report comes out, you know, I know in the back of my mind exactly what the situation is, and what
do you think it will show?
I think it will show that he accidentally was given too much or taken too much of a painkiller.
Matt last saw Michael Jackson in March when he came to promote his London tour. Again, he was worried about the singer's health.
That day, I felt he looked frail when he was on stage, and I was a little concerned by his demeanour, the way he was speaking, how upbeat he was, and you know, it seemed a little bit too intense.
This is it.
He was erratic. The way he acted and conducted himself, from the guy who I knew and met, he didn't seem totally himself. He was too excitable.
Michael Jackson was a man about whom the truth was often stranger than fiction. But Matt says one of the great surprises to his fans will be that in his final months, he had a secret girlfriend.
I'm not going to name who she is, but I think the family were aware that there was someone special in his life who he loved and adored and had his ups and downs with. And
do you have an idea how long they might have been together?
For some time. I think she's been present in his life, and I would hope that he found a happiness in that. But, you know, there's some of the personal things that I'm going to hold close to me, and if she ever wants to speak out, then it's up to her.
Matt hopes by speaking out himself, it will help stop further speculation about Michael Jackson's health, and that his friend will be remembered for his music more than his medication. Jane Secker, Sky News.